Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Huffy, and I'm the owner of Liberty Belle Coaching, and my life coaching certifications came through the Brave Thinking Institute. I'm so proud of you for being here and joining me in this masterclass. You made a decision to be here. You made a decision to learn some information that can help catapult you forward in your life into better things. Yes, so good job. I'm just so happy that you're here. Now, today I'm going to give you 3 tools that will help you to bring your dreams into reality even faster than you ever imagined. I want you to have greater clarity on what those dreams are and to feel even more confident in the power that's right within you to achieve your goals and dreams. Now, in order to do this, I have a story for you, and I am going to share my screen to tell the story. So I have a PowerPoint for you. Let's see. I forget how I do this. I think I have to go up here. Okay, I totally forgot how to share my screen. Oh, I think it's up here. There we go. Okay. I do these once a month. So, okay, super. So I kind of forgot how to do that. This is called the Power of Vision Masterclass, the 3 keys to mastering your results. I'm also going to give you 3 tools. So you get 6 golden nuggets in this masterclass. Okay, so now my computer is thinking. The wheel is spinning, so we got to wait for that to stop before we can get going. Kind of interesting, we're getting tripped up here. Okay, here we go. And the story's about a mouse. A mother mouse was leading her 3 children through a house when all of a sudden they came around the corner and saw a cat. The cat was about to attack, and the mother mouse said in a very loud voice, "Ruff, ruff, ruff," and the cat ran away. The mother mouse turned to her babies and said this: "That is the power of learning more than one language." And because that mother cat knew more than one language, she saved all of them. Why this story matters to you is because today we are going to be looking at the language of success. This is the language that will bring our dreams into reality, and we really do want success in that area. There is a pattern, a system, a way of doing things that creates the results that you want. And once you consciously understand what that language is, then you can apply it to any area of your life that you want to improve. That is what the Dream Builder program is all about, learning a new language of success for life. Do you have an area of your life that you would like to improve? Have you ever achieved a goal in your life that when you first had that goal, you didn't really know how you were going to achieve it, how you were going to actually get there? And I think this is true for most all of us. And that proves a point. You are capable of far more than you know, and the Dream Builder program helps you to tap into all of that capability. Life is not done with you yet. Not done with me yet either. Again, my intention for today is to give you 3 tools to help you achieve your goals, to gain greater clarity on your goals and dreams, and to feel even more confident in your ability. Let's take a minute here and ask ourselves, what challenge is going on in my life right now? Is there some area of your life that's causing you pain or distress? Perhaps it's in your health, your job, your lack of free time. Maybe it's a relationship, or maybe it's your finances. So just bring that up in your mind. What challenge do you have going on right now that's really giving you a lot of frustration? So we'll just kind of keep that off to the side for now, and we'll investigate it further later. We live in a universe that speaks our dreams and goals to us through two signals. The first signal is our longing. This is when we're longing for something that we don't have in our life. The second signal is discontent. So we may be really discontent with something going on. Maybe it's the way we're getting along with certain people, or maybe it's about how much money we're bringing in. So these are the two signals that cause us to grow: longing and discontent. We may think about these two signals and get upset with ourselves. I want you to look at these two signals differently from now on. I want you to recognize that they are telling you that you want something to change. You want things to be different. You want things to be better. And so go investigating and find what will fulfill your longing and what will dissolve the discontent. Whew. This Dream Builder program is so powerful. Yes. The feeling of longing for something we haven't yet created and the feeling of discontentment with our current circumstances are the two feelings that spark us to grow. We as human beings have it inside us innately to grow. If we're not growing, we're declining, and we don't want to go there. We want to just be increasing ourselves. It's invigorating. It's so thrilling to be growing. Now, you can be pushed by pain to grow, or you can be pulled by a vision. Being pulled by a vision is a much easier path. Yes. These two energies, the pain of your problem and the desire for what you want, are essential for creating something different, for creating different results. Next, I want to tell you my story of how pain caused me to make a change. I was discontent in my job, and I didn't do anything about it. I stayed and stayed and stayed until the pain became so intense and apparent that I had to make a change. So here we go with my story. As some of you might know, in the fall of 2020, I was feeling so frustrated at all of the restrictions and requirements at my job in the private school where I worked. I felt terrible about the things that they wanted me to comply with. Remember what was going on in 2020? Oh, yes. We can't forget all of the ridiculousness that they wanted us to do, with covering our face and doing all these stupid things. I knew if I did comply that I would be so unhappy with myself. Going against my values never works out for me. Going against what I know is best always ends in disaster. I have done it over and over in my life, and I am breaking that pattern. And I really stood up for myself in 2020. On our final day of in-service, when all of the new restrictions were delivered, I made a decision. I decided that my job was coming to an end on that day. I didn't give a notice. I didn't give a 2-week notice. No, I didn't. I quit on that day. That decision was very scary for me because I did not have another job in mind at all at the time. It certainly wasn't convenient for me to make that choice, and it wasn't comfortable at all. But the alternative of complying with all of the restrictions, I just wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go against myself. Thankfully, I didn't go against what I knew what was right for me. In the end, I was pushed by the pain of my situation to make a change. Within a month of leaving that job, I discovered a life coach named Mary Morrissey. I just got an email that randomly came into my inbox. I don't think I had ever heard from her before. If I had, I don't remember it. There was nothing significant about it. But when it came into my inbox that day, I opened it up. I found a program of hers and I bought it. It was one of her smaller programs. I think it was an 8-week program. When I was going through that program, I found that I was beginning to change in really, really good ways. When I was presented with Mary's life coaching program, I knew that I wanted to take that step. I have found that when I teach principles, it is much easier for me to stay immersed in them and to implement them. When we have patterns, they are so strong that we really need a support system that keeps us on track with new concepts and new ideas so that we can stay immersed in them and not fall back into our old patterns. So I enrolled and went through a rigorous training process to become a certified dream builder life coach. I am so glad I did. I stay in Mary's principles every single weekday. I do videos that she has for me. And once a week, I do an hour-long training. I keep myself immersed in these principles so that I don't get pulled back into the old detrimental patterns. Now, what's your next big dream? Imagine how you will feel when your dream becomes a reality. In the Dream Builder program, there are 10 principles that will skyrocket your success when you apply them to your life. Today, you will learn 3 of these principles that you can apply right now to help you create a life that you love. Here is my promise to you. I will give you everything I can in the time we have together. And at the end of this presentation, many of you will want to take this information further and integrate it into your life. And I have a special gift that I'm going to give you at the end of the presentation, and I think you will love it. We are constantly creating results, or we could say we are constantly creating experiences. And we do this in 2 different ways. We create results by default and we create results by design. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we're creating results or experiences by default, this means that we are following the patterns of how we experience life. For example, if we think that I'll never get anything right, our days will be filled with failing over and over again because we're operating on this default pattern of I can never get anything right. What a horrible detrimental pattern. You do not want to be stuck there in that pattern because you will not be able to succeed in anything because you have such an underlying strong damaging pattern that's tripping you up every step of the way. The other way we create results is by design, and this is what we do in the Dream Builder program. We design the life that we want to live, and that's how we create our results. And I'll talk more about how we do that as we go along. Now, let's learn to expand your awareness for success in the areas of life that matter to you. There are 4 major domains of life in which we experience our results, and the first is in our health and well-being. Now, since I started these programs with my coach in 2020, my health and well-being has just improved exponentially. So this is where the Heavenly Father said, okay, Dawn, this is where we need to get you strengthened first. The second area is love and relationships. And I have seen tremendous strides in some of my relationships. Yes, so maybe my vocation will be next where things just catapult forward with my vocation. And that's the third area. How do you express yourself in the world? How do you use your skills and your talents and your abilities to help the world be a better place? And the last area is time and money freedom. We need the time to express ourselves, and we need the money. In order to help ourselves learn and grow, we need money. We need money to gift to people, to gift to ourselves, to buy programs, to just be more of who we are meant to be. It takes money to live in this society. We don't want to make money our idol. We don't want to put money above our Father at all. But it is a fact of life in the earth. We do need money in order to thrive. Everybody has results in each of these areas of their life right now. And the results that you are getting in your life in these areas are a perfect reflection of the awareness in these areas. So let's expand your awareness together by studying the pattern that creates your results, or what I call the results formula. The formula looks like this. First, we have thoughts in our mind. We think thoughts all day long. We can't stop thinking thoughts. It's just part of being a human being. We think thoughts. Now, these thoughts cause us to have feelings. Our feelings can bring us to take certain actions. And then once we do an action, we get a result, or we get an experience. Now, I want to talk about another layer that we can't see on this slide. This is a layer underneath all of our thoughts. It is a layer of our patterns that lies in our subconscious mind. We get programmed from conception and through our childhood, especially in the first 7 to 8 years. We are hearing the thoughts and the beliefs from our families, from our teachers, from society, from movies, from songs. And so certain belief systems get ingrained into our subconscious mind. And this is really where some damaging patterns can be rooted. Now, in my coaching, I have a modality called the compassion key. And the compassion key gets at a lot of these patterns. And what it specifically really works on is the wounds that we get in our childhood. We get wounded by people. We get traumatized. And then a lot of times we can't sort out the wounds. We can't sort out the feelings from the trauma, and they get trapped inside of us. And so the compassion key helps us to find those parts of us that are wounded, and it resolves it, it heals it, and then the pattern that comes from those woundings dissolves. It's such a beautiful and powerful process. I just love the results that people get and that I get from doing the compassion key. So I just wanted to talk about that. All right, let's go back to the results formula and think the thought, oh, I've lost my wallet. Okay, how do you feel when you think that thought? Oh my, if you're like me, you get worried, you go into panic, you just think, oh my goodness, what if someone gets my credit cards? And then you just go into all of these actions. Maybe you're scurrying all over your house, looking for your wallet. And the results, well, you'll probably be exhausted. You might be calling people, and then maybe you'll feel really foolish that you overreacted. So that's the results that can come from that initial thought. Now, let's think a different thought. let's think the thought, oh, my wallet is in my coat pocket. How do you feel now? Oh, probably relieved, probably just so grateful. And your actions might be, well, you might just sit down and say a prayer of gratitude to the Heavenly Father that your wallet is with you and not with anybody else. And results, well, you'll have a much more peaceful day. Your thoughts create feelings. And when you think limiting thoughts, you feel limited. And when you think expansive and confident thoughts, you feel open and confident. Your thoughts literally affect your physiology. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when we think a thought, we can actually think an embarrassing thought and it can change our physiology by blushing. We can actually blush when we think an embarrassing thought. Now, if we go back to the original thought that we talked about with losing the wallet, maybe your heart started to pound really fast, your palms might have gotten sweaty, your breath might have gotten really shallow. This is how our thoughts affect our physiology. So we really want to guard our thoughts because we don't want to wear ourselves out with these scary, fearful thoughts. All right. The true cause of our results is in our thinking, and it's in our patterns. Our results never lie. So when I have something going on, and especially when it repeats, like it was this week actually, 2 times. I went out and about to do my errands, and it was windy still in the morning, and I don't like wind in my ears. So I wore a headband and I had a light jacket on. 2 people on 2 different days said to me, get rid of that coat. And how come you got, they were just like demeaning me for wearing my coat and my headband. I don't know why it matters to them what I wear. It shouldn't, but I had to really think about it. It's like, okay, what's going on here? What pattern is causing people to tell me how I should dress and what to do? So yesterday I just did a session and I had to clear out some old beliefs and come to the resolution of, I know what I know. I don't care what they think. I know what I know. I know that I need to put a headband around my ears because I don't want my ear to hurt. So I don't even imagine that anybody is going to say anything about what I wear anymore because I've cleared out that detrimental belief. So this is how my coaching works for people. It truly changes how you experience life, and life gets so much more fun. It truly does. Now, some people really resist the idea that the responsibility for how we experience life lies with us. We really want to blame the other people. I wanted to go home and just get mad at those people. Like, oh, who do they think they are telling me what to wear and what to do? Well, that doesn't really get me anywhere. It just gets me all fumed up and upset and depleted. So when I really said, okay, wait a second, let's investigate what's going on here, then I could get to the bottom of what's causing these detrimental results. So the good news is that we can change these underlying patterns and these underlying beliefs. Yes, we can. And we can do it by adopting new tools and modalities. The first way to create new results is with brave thinking tool number 1. And that is to notice what you're noticing. So let's just do a little experiment right now. Let's just notice your feet sitting on the floor. And now just notice your calves, notice your knees, notice your thighs, notice your abdomen, notice your chest and your breathing. Mine's slowing down right now. I'm getting more relaxed just doing this simple exercise. Now let's notice our throat and notice what's going on in your head. This is where I really want you to pay attention to this tool. Notice what you're noticing in your thinking. What thoughts are going on up there? This is where we really want to use brave thinking tool number 1. Notice what you're thinking. Then we can start to change the patterns. We can start to heal the wounds when we notice what we're noticing in our thinking. So this is brave thinking tool number 1. We're going to use this tool in this life assessment. You will need something to write with and some paper for this next exercise. Going to notice our current results. You might be a person who doesn't know what your dream is. You just know there's something more. Maybe you have lots of dreams and you don't know whether to choose one or create them all at once. Every one of us has a dream inside of us somewhere, and probably more than one. We're going to start in the health and well-being area. You might be a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health, or maybe you have relatively good health, no symptoms, but you know there's more vibrancy and aliveness that you could feel. I have another business where I help people with their health, and it's a simple little patch that activates their own healing cells in the body. And I see people come alive and more vibrant all the time. So if you want to know about that, just send me an email. It's amazing. Okay, back to our life assessment. We are going to take 1 minute and notice your current results that you have going on in your health and well-being right now. Let's be really truthful and honest with ourselves about what's going on. Oftentimes, we don't want to look at the downside of things because it helps us cope better, which is, a good way of coping, but it also keeps us from seeing the truth and moving forward to do something to remedy the problem. Okay, so let's take 1 minute and write down 1 or 2 things that you're noticing in your health and well-being. Ready, go. There are 15 seconds left. Okay, time is up. Now, I would like you to give yourself a rating on your health and well-being with this scale between 1 and 5. 5 means that you're feeling absolutely fabulous, you feel vibrant and healthy and alive. I would give myself like between a 4 and a 5 because I'm just doing so well. 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been way, way down on the scale. So just write down where you are on the scale today. Okay, great. Let's move on to love and relationships. You might be a person who longs to have a beautiful, deep, fun, and passionate relationship with a loving and caring partner. Or maybe you would love to deepen, expand, and just have more fun with the relationship that you're already in. All right, so we're going to take 1 minute to write down one or two things you're noticing. Let's choose one relationship. Maybe it's a relationship with your mom, or it could be with your spouse or a child. Just choose one relationship and write down one or two things that you're noticing. Ready, go. There are 15 seconds left. Okay, time is up. Next, give yourself a rating with this relationship on a scale of 1 to 5. Where are you at? All right, moving on to vocation, or how you express yourself in the world. You might be a person who feels stuck in a job you don't like. Maybe you like your work, but you work too many hours and you want more freedom. Freedom to do what you are passionate about. All right, so let's take 1 minute and write down one or two things you're noticing in your vocation area. Ready, go. There are 15 seconds left. Okay, time is up. And now give yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 of where you feel you are at. Moving on to our last area, time and money freedom. Maybe you feel like you are out of balance, like you have more time than money or more money than time, and you'd love to feel more in harmony. You want more serenity. You want more peace. All right, so we're going to do 1 minute and write down one or two things that you're noticing in your time and money freedom area. Ready, go. There are 15 seconds left. Okay, time is up. And now give yourself a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 of where you think you are at in your time and money freedom area. Good job. Okay. It can be so challenging to look at our unhappiness factor. I commend you for doing that. It takes courage. But like I said earlier, we really need to identify what's not working, what we're unsatisfied with, what we're longing for, what we're discontent with. Then we can begin to make changes. Okay. We did all these areas. Good job. This brings us to the first principle of dream building, which is designing a dream. This is what we do in the Dream Builder program. We design your dream. I want to share some quotes with you. This first one is from the Dalai Lama, and he says, in order to carry a positive action, we develop here a positive vision. In the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 18, it says, where there is no vision, people perish. We truly must have a vision. Here's the warning. We do not want to perish. We want to be growing and thriving and flourishing. We don't want to be declining and perishing. No, we don't. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going. And that was by Earl Nightingale. Earl was Bob Proctor's mentor. C.S. Lewis said, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Every great dream begins with a dreamer by Harriet Tubman. And finally, Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I put some emphasis on the word believe because we really must believe in our dreams. This is the power that brings our dreams into reality, believing in them. We don't want to hang out in doubt that, oh, my dream's never going to come true. No, you get what you believe in. And so believe in your dream. Believe that it will come. There's so much power there. So we're going to get really clear on your dream because clarity is power. Without a clearly defined blueprint, you cannot build your dream. Just like you must have a clear blueprint if you want to build a house. When you become clear on what it is you really want in life, you begin to see opportunities, circumstances, and resources that you would have otherwise missed. This is how awareness works. You may drive down the same road and see a billboard day after day after day. And once your awareness starts to open up, you'll finally see the message that's on that billboard for you. This is how awareness works. You'll see options and opportunities. It's so fun. Yes, it is. So clarity is power. We're going to get clear. Now, we're going to design the blueprint for your dream. I want you to choose one of the domains in your life that you want remedied most of all. Choose between your health and well-being, your love and relationships, your vocation, or your time and money freedom. So get that area chosen. And again, we're going to do an exercise, so you'll need paper and something to write with. The quality of our life is determined by the questions that we ask. This is really important. We don't want to be asking questions that pull us into victimhood and whining and complaining. No, we want to ask empowering questions. And brave thinking tool number 2 is exactly one of these empowering questions. And here it is. What would I love? This is brave thinking tool number 2. It seems simple. It seems kind of irrelevant, but it's not. It's so important. Once you start asking yourself, what would I love? You will start to hear the answers bubble up and out. Maybe it's some dream that you had years ago that's been buried inside of you, and your passion for it rises up. So then you can just jot that down. This is one thing I would love. This is another thing I would love. Just keep writing, just keep brainstorming, keep letting the ideas come to you of what you would love. This is a very, very powerful tool. I want to talk about some very disempowering questions. We don't want to ask questions about what do I think I can do? No, that is not what would I love. That puts a limit on us when what do I think I can do? That's being driven by your beliefs and your patterns, and we don't want to come from there. We want to come from our heart of what I would absolutely love in my life. We also don't want to ask the question, what do other people think I should do? Don't call your best friend and say, well, what do you think I would love? No, they aren't the expert on what you would love. You are. The answer lies within you, not within anybody else. Don't hand your power over to what you love to someone else. I also want to caution you about starting your questions with why and when. When you start your question with why, it pulls you into complaining. Why isn't my dream come true? Why won't my husband do such and such for me? Why? You're whining, whining, whining. You're complaining, you're complaining, you're complaining. Don't do it. Start your questions with when and how. Not when. Okay, strike that. Start your questions with what and how. Okay, so what would I love, or how am I gonna, figure this out? What's my next step? Okay, now when questions really drag us into whining. Remember when we were little and we were going on a long trip with our parents? When are we ever gonna get there? Oh, just that tone and starting your question with a when pulls you into whining. Now, I want you to understand that whining and complaining are the language of the devil. We don't want to be speaking the devil's language. No, we don't. We want to be speaking a very positive, empowering language. And this is what I'm teaching you right here now. And there's more where this came from. Excellent. Okay. We're going to do another exercise, and this is called the time machine. Imagine you are getting into a time machine and traveling 3 years into the future, and 3 years from now, everything you wanted completely worked out. And we're going to really delve into this question, what would I love? First, I would like you to write this on your paper. It's the beginning of your vision statement. And so go ahead and take a few seconds and write this out. I am so happy and grateful now that. So go ahead. Okay, excellent. Now, I am going to give you 2 minutes to write down what you would love in this area of your life. You've chosen the area that you want to change the most. Suspend any urge to figure out how this result is going to happen. We're going to put the how off to the side. We're just dreaming about what you would love. This is simply what you would love, as if someone gave you the power to create exactly what you wanted. Now, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out slowly through your mouth like you're breathing through a straw. Again, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, nice and slow like you're breathing through a straw. This calms down our nervous system. And if you need to do it one more time, go ahead. And it gets us into the creative side of our brain, because that's where we want to imagine our dream life. Now imagine that it is 3 years from now. It is 2027 and all challenges are solved. Consider what you would love for your life. What great things are occurring for you? If you couldn't fail, what experiences are you having? Who are you with? See it. How does it feel? Now, open your eyes and take 2 minutes and write as much as you can, painting a beautiful picture of the life that you are imagining. Ready, go. There are 15 seconds left. Okay, time is up. Lastly, I want you to add this phrase, this or something even better still. So just write this out after your mini vision that you just wrote up. So go ahead. All right, congratulations for beginning your vision. When you work with me, we will expand on this vision and we will also go into all 4 areas of your life. I'll help you with the specific wording that will bring your vision into reality faster. So there'll be just a little bit of tweaking to do, but you have started visioning. So good job. So we are on our way. This is the beginning of designing a life that you would love. I know you might not know how this dream is going to happen, and that's okay for now. Great dream builders are willing to suspend the need to know the how at the beginning of the process. We can check that one off and we can go to key number 2. And principle number 2 is deciding for your dream. Best-selling author and life coach Bob Proctor said this: "There is a simple mental move you can make, which in a millisecond will solve enormous problems for you. It has the potential to improve almost any personal or business situation you will ever encounter, and it could literally propel you down the path to incredible success. We have a name for this mental activity, and it is called decision." Thank you, Bob. Such a wise man. So we are going to make a firm decision to bring our dream into reality. Deciding for new results is an action step that we take to get us out of our old results. Simple as that. Next, I have a story for you to help you understand how the Dream Builder program changed Judy's life. Judy did not have much education. She worked in a fast food restaurant during the day and did alterations as a seamstress at night. She lived in a tiny one-bedroom apartment with her 2 children. Her dream was to have a home for her family. Judy came across this program that I am talking about today. She decided that if she was ever going to change her life, that she needed support. So she took a huge leap and made a decision for her dream and enrolled in the Dream Builder program. This was a tough thing for Judy to do, but she got up her courage and made a decision to change her life. She told her coach that her dream was to own her own home, but that she only had $500 a month for rent. She believed that there was no way she could ever buy or even rent a house for that amount of money. Her coach asked her to describe the house that she dreamed of, but Judy had great difficulty doing that. She had lost her ability to dream and vision along the way. It was a real struggle, but eventually Judy did come up with a description of her dream house. Now, Judy was at the same time really discouraged because she just didn't think it was possible to get a house for $500 a month. But knowing how dreams can come true, Judy's coach said to Judy, "Now that you have a mental picture of the house, go out and look for it." This is where a coach is so imperative. They help you propel past your discouragement and your downtroddenness. We move people forward into action steps to keep moving along to get to the dream. So Judy just thought this was crazy, but she did do what her coach told her. She went out and started looking for her house. And after 2 weeks, Judy called her coach and said, "I found my dream home." And she added, "But it's $900 a month rent." And she said, "There's just no way I can afford it." Again, Judy's falling into discouragement. She's giving up, but her coach is not going to let her. No, she's not. Had Judy been on her own, that would have been the end of it. And to this day, she may still be living in that tiny apartment. Her coach, on the other hand, knew the language. Remember, we know the language of success, and we know the mindset. We know the right thoughts to think, and we know the proper and powerful questions to ask. So the coach asked Judy, "Judy, if you did not know it was impossible and you really thought there was a chance that you could get that house, what would you do?" At first, Judy just couldn't even comprehend the question. But after a week of pondering, what could I do? When you ask a question out into the universe of or of our Heavenly Father, you will get an answer. Just be patient if it doesn't come right away. It may come through a friend, through a book, through a song, through a billboard. I don't know how your answer will come, but it will come. And Judy did get her answer, and this is what it was. She got the idea to write the owner a letter and explain her situation. In the letter, Judy described 40 things that she personally would do to improve the home if the owner would provide the materials, if she could rent for $500 a month. 3 weeks went by and Judy got a call from the homeowner. He said, I don't know why I'm doing this, but something in your letter just won't leave me alone. This is how dream building works. That owner had full rent offers. He had several full rent offers of $900 a month, but he didn't take them. Why? Because Judy's letter kept nagging at him. And he actually said, here's the deal. You sign a contract outlining what you will do every quarter, and I'll let you live in the house for 1 year for $500 a month. Did Judy take the opportunity? Oh, yes, she did. She called her coach and she said, we're moving in 30 days. I will have my dream home. Isn't this just an incredible story? And actually, the story does not end there. Over the course of the year, Judy did everything that she promised the owner she would do. And within 3 years, Judy owned the house. Her dream had come true. She had a home for her family. I know what this is like. I went through a similar experience to this. I kept getting booted out of house after my divorce from my husband. And I had my 2 children. I left a beautiful home and I was renting. We rented 3 houses, and over again, I had to leave those houses for some reason or another. And I just wanted my own home. And finally, I was able to buy my own home, just like Judy. This story is so compelling and so impactful. Judy learned so many new skills from her coach. She learned a new way of brave thinking, and she also got a new career. She started her own home-based business, and she got to spend more time with her children while her income soared. Her life had a whole new meaning. Now, what about you and your dreams? It's possible for you. If it's possible for Judy and it's possible for me, it's possible for you. It starts by saying to yourself, today is the day I'm going after my dreams. I'm doing this thing. Today is the day I say no to doubts and reasons why it won't work. And I say yes to all the possible opportunities out there for me. Beautiful. We are deciding for new results. Yes, we are. We're doing this thing. I love it. Okay, on the next screen, I want you to read the screen. So here we go. Okay, thank you for participating in that. Okay, so what I want you to understand about this screen is that we know the beginning letter, we know the ending letter, but the middle is all jumbled up. We don't really know what it's, how to totally decipher it as far as, being in order. It doesn't matter. We can still read the word. Most people can read the word. I can read it perfectly, like it's written properly, which always baffles me. But what I want you to bring out of this exercise is relating this to our dreams. We know where we are right now, and we know the ending because we just visioned up a part of your vision in that one area that you wanted to change. And in the middle, it's all unknown. It's all hard to decipher. It doesn't matter. It's just like the word. We're going to get the result, even though we don't know all the steps in between. So we know the beginning and we know the end, but we don't know the middle. It doesn't matter. We're going to get there anyway. Yes, I love this exercise. We're deciding for new results. We have where we are now. We have what we would love, which is the vision. And in the middle, we have the how. We're just going to put a strike through the how. The how will be revealed by each step that you take. So the step that Judy took, she wrote the letter. She didn't know how it was all going to unfold, but she just got the idea to write the letter. Well, what happened next? She got a call from the homeowner. And then she took another action step. She moved in and she followed through on her word. So this is how it works. We just keep taking the action steps, and then we're in a new place with more options and more opportunities. It's so beautiful how this unfolds. Okay, we're moving on to principle number 3, and this is befriending your fear. We all know when we do something new, fear rises up. It's just how we operate as humans. When we do something new, we get butterflies. And for some of us, it's stronger. It's, the fear can really grip us and stop us. And what I'm saying today is make fear your friend. And so let's talk about how to do that. We want to just really do the thing, do the action step despite the fear. It's wanting to stop you, and we want to take the step despite the fear. Let's make fear our friend. Let's talk to the fear. Let's say, oh, fear, I see you. I'm not ignoring the fear that's coming up because we don't want to deny the feelings that we have. But one thing that Mary Morrissey says that is really beneficial is to just say to the fear, look, I see you're there. I notice you. What I'm going to do is make an appointment with you in 3 days. And so put it on your calendar, check in with fear in 3 days. And whenever the fear rises up, just say, I see you, but I'm going to talk to you in 3 days. And then just keep moving through your action steps, moving through your days, and don't let fear take you over and grip you and paralyze you and exhaust you. Just set it off to the side and check in. Usually by the 3rd day, you look at your calendar and go, what? I got to check in with fear. What fear? You might not even remember what fear it was because it's dissipated, it's gone. Because you're busy living your life and being brave. Yes, that's what we do in brave thinking and dream building. We do brave action and brave living. I really want to talk about some of the phrases that fear might sound like. Here's one. Yeah, right, that isn't going to happen. How are you ever going to do that? Where are you going to find the time, and where are you going to get the money? Where are all these nasty phrases coming from? And some people call them nasty voices. They are nasty voices. These nasty voices are coming from your paradigms or your patterns. Our paradigms are our patterns and our beliefs all woven in and like cemented together. And so what I do with my coaching is we unravel all of these beliefs and patterns that are getting in your way of succeeding. Let's just throw out all of this failure and repetitive, not getting what we want. Just throw it away and move through and get to the dream life. That's the goal. I love it. Now, there is a very determined part of you. And then there is a part of you that is so afraid of failure. I just talked about repetitive failure and, falling into despondency and just giving up. Now, I also want to talk about another facet of failure. When we attempt new things, we will make mistakes. We will fail. It's okay Just don't stay stuck in the failure and don't give up on yourself. Just do a course correction. When I first quit my job, I thought, you know what? I'm going to have my own school. I'm going to check out rental spaces. I was online looking for furniture and all sorts of supplies. And a few weeks into it, I thought, you know what? I don't think I really even want my own school. I think it was a way of me letting go of the good parts that I really liked about my position at the school. But in the end, that's not really what I wanted. And so I could have looked at it at, oh, it was a failure, whatever. No, it's like, it's an awareness. I don't really want to go there. Was it a mistake? Who cares? Okay, I turned over here and what showed up in my inbox? An email from Mary Morrissey. And in the end, I became a life coach. And this is where I really thrive. I feel so alive helping people. It's just so much of a better place for me to be. So this is how it works. We do make mistakes. We just want to give ourselves permission to fail. We think when we get to be adults, we can't make any more mistakes. That is just faulty thinking. When we were, babies crawling and we wanted to be up walking, we fell down a lot. But we just kept getting back up because we wanted to be up on our feet, walking like all the big people in our house. Okay. We learn to walk by falling down. So just be gentle with yourself when something doesn't work out or when it looks like a big fat failure or when we feel defeated, just get into a course correction. And this is where a coach becomes so important because we really need that extra support to get us out of our downtroddenness and to get us back into our better mindset. Yes. Okay, a lot of these people that I'm showing you have failed, and in the end, they persevered and they did become successful. So we just want to be sure that we befriend our fear because we're, in a way, giving ourselves permission to make mistakes on our way to learning new skills and new behaviors. Because if we want new results, remember, we've got to do new stuff. We can't just keep doing the same old thing because that'll give us the same old experiences. You can do it. Parts of you want to move forward. You want to grow. It's innate within us to grow and be more and be better. And parts of us want to play small or stay where you are. And what's in the middle? Fear. Fear wants to rise up, but we're going to put a strike through fear. We're not going to deny it's there. We're just going to set it off to the side so it doesn't put us into panic mode or into fight or flight or into freezing. No, we're going to calm ourselves down with that breath that I taught you, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Calm ourselves down and say, okay, fear, I see you. I'm putting you off to the side. And let's check in a couple days. Now, fear has two companions, and they are doubt and worry. We're going to do the same thing with them. We're going to put them off to the side. We can check in with them later when they rise up, because they will, because it's a pattern. It's a habit. Just remind yourself, okay, oh, there's my doubt again. Kind of make it as a separation from yourself. Oh, there's that doubt again. Uh-oh, I'm worrying. Okay, yeah, that's right. Dawn said, don't get caught up in the worry. Just set it off to the side and just keep moving forward in my life and being in peace and serenity. And what we want you to do is to focus on your dream. How did you feel when you were dreaming up your dream? You felt vibrant. You felt alive because it's your passion. It's something that you love. So just go to that beautiful place and take an action step when you're in that place. You're empowered, you're feeling good, you're feeling full of hope and faith. So take your action steps from there. In closing, I have talked about 3 keys to mastering your results. And in the Dream Builder program, I will go into much more detail with these 3 keys. Plus, we have 7 more keys. So today we talked about designing your dream, deciding for your dream, and befriending your fear. You are worthy of your dream and a life that you absolutely love. Yes, you are, and so am I. Next, I want to talk about my gift for you. For those of you who are ready to take an action step with coaching and learning more about how I coach, I schedule time each week for visioning sessions for people. These are 45 to 60-minute phone conversations, or we could do a Zoom call where we get exactly clear on where you are and what you would love to create in your life and the next most important step for you. These sessions are valued at $250, and if you are ready to invest in achieving your dream, your next step is to have a visioning session with me at no charge. I do these sessions at no charge to you. So you can email me. I will put my email address in the description box below, or you can send me a message through Facebook. You can find me there. And now to close out, I'm going to stop sharing. Remember, as you walk back into your life, know that what is inside of you is far greater than any challenge that you are facing. You have incredible power within you. This is your moment. Today is your day to take bold action and know that I believe you can. I didn't come this far to only come this far. Did you? If life is still breathing you, life is not done with you yet. There's more out there for you. Something magnificent is happening with you, and I'd love to help you expand and explore and to get there. Okay, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.